Jay, a scoreline that maybe doesn't reflect the performance?
Yeah, I think it was a performance that we can be both proud of, but also bitterly disappointed with in terms of moments in the game, not defending our box well enough, and not punishing when we created really good chances in the opposition's box. But I think we can be proud because if you give it context, we've come up against a top Birmingham side, having only played on Wednesday night. To have a game on Wednesday night and then a game on Sunday, having not played for 5.5 weeks before, is one that I'd like to question. I think that's something we have to look into because physically that is extremely demanding for the players, for the welfare of the players. However, the way that they fought for first balls, fought for second balls, I thought second ball pickups were a little bit slow on today. Granted, probably because of that limited recovery time we've had between the games. But overall, listen, when we look back at the goals, the first one's a poor one. We've obviously brought Hannah Porter in. We haven't met her, we haven't trained with her due to Eve being recalled back later on in the week. So that's obviously an unfortunate goal. But the way that the group rallied and showed some character, we had a big chance before that with Lily Dent. That should be 1-0 and it's a different game. And then in the second half we've had some big chances. We've had a 2v1, Quirky and Meg. We've had another huge chance with Emma Jones, and if they go in, and they should be going in, with the quality we have and the belief we have in these players, it's a different game. But we concede from a corner, which is really sloppy. And then I think we just got ourselves up for when Quirky scored a fantastic goal, and I think we then thought, you know what, we are still in this game, and rightfully so. We were in the game all the way through, and I think we just got a little bit too ahead of ourselves to try and go for the second goal, and it didn't come, and ultimately it's a sucker punch at the end for us.
You must have been pleased with the way the team started the game.
Yeah, I was really pleased with the way we started the game. I thought we were always going to go after them. It's difficult because of the way Birmingham build in terms of splitting today. Neve, Heron and Holloway were really wide, so fullbacks really high. They roll the wingers in, they overload, they push you back due to their build-up structure, so it's very difficult to get pressure on the ball. But we said even if we couldn't have a high engagement line, can we still get pressure on the ball? And I think we did that. We turned them over. We created some half-cut moments. I think Lily Dent's had one on her left foot. I think we've had another one, and then the big chance came where Barks has played a fantastic ball through, and that has to go in the back of the net. I also think the way we defended in that first half was really good. Like we said, we know the wingers want to roll in the pitch, so having on midfielders to cover in the back line, knowing they have to slide across together as a unit with Jazz Bull making a debut today, that was always going to be difficult. But I thought they were superb in that first half. Just second half, it was just about decision making, details, and probably run out a little bit of steam towards the end.
Obviously, you mentioned Jazz Bull there coming in at left back. What do you make of her performance?
Thought she had a really good game. Naturally, she's been playing at full back this season, more so on the right, so different body shape on the left hand side, and she had to come up against a couple of different types of players. But I thought the communication across the whole back line, because of that, we had to move Izzy Collins into centre back. We obviously had that unfortunate injury with Grace. She's back with Brighton now. We're undergoing scans, so we obviously wish her the best, and hopefully we get some positive news in regards to that. So it was a bit, you could call it makeshift in regards to changing personnel and changing position in the back line, but I thought Jazz and the whole of the back line did really well for large moments in the game. It just comes down to these real basics for us of defending our box and the corner. I know Lee's not going to be too impressed with our second phase defending, and then the goal at the end, we weren't able to stop the cross, and we didn't trap runners into the box, and they've obviously scored. So they're things we've got to be better at in our box, but apart from that, I think that back line were solid throughout the game.
For our goal, a moment of brilliance from Sophie Quirks, which kind of capped off an impressive move.
Yeah, in a moment we're used to, and there were some real similar movements throughout the game where we've played off one touch, and when we did play off one touch and we did look to set and we did look to combine, we knew Birmingham's counter pressure, they were going to swarm us, and then you find spaces to play through it. You found early on, we said it at first half, we were taking too many security touches, and when you do that, not only does the picture change to then go and attack. Couple of moments, Meg Hornby's made a run off the shoulder, we've taken a security touch, not fed her in, then the picture changes, and in that second half, we've combined really well. Quirky's done what Quirky does last season, that was kind of her signature move, really cutting in and putting it in the top corner, so really happy with that. That's probably the hardest chance of the game when we've scored it. Emma Thompson's had a chance at the end. I wouldn't say it was a big one. She's obviously cutting on the right. And then also the final thing to kind of point out is the penalty decisions. Two real big penalty decisions that we want to go and have a look back in the game. I think both of them are penalties. Lily Dent's clipped. It's innocuous, but it's a clip. They've not won the ball and she's gone down. And then at the end there's a tussle and Emma Thompson. So I like to see both of them back because I think they're big moments in the game that didn't go our way. So like I said, them moments and the missed chances are probably what we're going to rue today.
Yeah, and obviously those four big chances, the two penalty shouts and the goal. What do you make of the progress that we're kind of making in the final third?
And that's why I said we've got to be proud now. So we're disappointed that we haven't taken them, and we're disappointed that we haven't obviously got the chances or got the decisions that we felt could have gone our way. However, we've got to be proud now that we're creating chances, we're staying in games against a top side. Listen, if you finish above Birmingham this year, you arguably go on to win the league title. In my opinion, I think they're a great team. You look at the quality and depth they have on the bench that they're bringing on, and some of the football they played was really good. I felt we controlled some of it, so we've got to be proud against the ball that we were probably more resolute and more disciplined than we have been towards the start of the season. But since that Sunderland game, there's been an upturn now where we're confident, we're creating chances, we're getting runners on the back line, and now it's just about taking them. That's what this group have got to do, and I firmly believe if we do start taking the chances we create, we will definitely pick up points in this league.
Obviously, you mentioned Birmingham top of the league, and you must take some positives from today.
Yeah, and that's what we've got to. We've always got to look where we are in the league. We've got to be realistic, and we hold our standards extremely high with how we want to play in order to get out of the position we're in. But you have got to cling on to the positives, and if there wasn't any, you'll have to be honest. But today there've been a lot of positives. You've got players that have played 180, maybe 200 minutes in such a short space of time. They've given everything they can. We're creating chances, and the goals that we're conceding aren't goals through our own errors, through our own mistakes that we've now got to eradicate. They're not necessarily structural issues, because structurally I thought we were good in defending the half spaces, whereas last time we played Birmingham at St Andrews we weren't, and they punished us in the moments. So yeah, lots of positives to take. We've got a couple of moments now where we can recover accordingly and get ourselves ready for a nice trip up to Newcastle Sunday.